Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Hey, grace and peace. We're back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the titles. You know what we're about to do. We're going to be doing our Mayor Monday. We're going to be talking about the mayor of Atlanta. Now, we don't talk about Atlanta as much as we probably should. So let's bring this in. The mayor of Atlanta, of course, has announced his reelection bid. His name is Andre Dickens. I haven't had any problems with him. I mean, but of course, I live outside of the major influence of Mr. Dickens. But let's go ahead and see what's happening over here. And I'll point out a funny topic. Let's go.
Bumpy start to the re-election campaign for Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens.
Andre Dickens! Andre Dickens! We don't like you! We don't like you!
People,
y'all, I'm sorry. That right there has to be the craziest thing in the world. The reason the man should not run for mayor because you don't like him. I'm sorry. Please don't take offense to this. That has got to be the most childish sounding rebuttal I've ever heard. Well, we just don't like you. And I'm going to make a really weird sounding call and response song about it. And that's why you shouldn't run for mayor is because we don't like you. My goodness, in the morning. And they banging those pots. Y'all know what we feel about those pot bangers.
opposed to Atlanta's Public Safety Training Center protested outside an event tonight for the mayor. Atlanta News' first Madeline Montgomery is live outside City Hall tonight. Madeline, these protests capped a busy first day of campaigning for the mayor.
They did. Supporters say they want the mayor back in office because of programs like Year of the Youth and housing for homeless. But the self-proclaimed Stop Cop City protesters say they want a mayor who actually listens to Atlantans.
The 61st mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens.
While pleasantries were exchanged inside of Monday Night Brewing in honor of Mayor Andre Dickens, protests were shouted steps away from the entrance.
We don't like you, man. We don't like you.
That's crazy that he's announcing his re-election when he won't even let us vote on something that the people should have the right to decide on.
Supporters inside pointing out all the mayor has done for the city.
He has been integral in the success of the city of Atlanta. And he supports every individual from every walk of life. And I'm an educator, so I had to come, and he loves education, children. And so I had to come and support him tonight.
The mayor has done a great job with putting emphasis and developing programming around the youth. And I want to help continue that, especially in my own line of work.
Protesters want a candidate that would change the trajectory of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center.
Another mayoral candidate could actually listen to the voices of the people of Atlanta, invest into the people of Atlanta with proven strategies that we know work. Science tells us investing in healthcare, education, and jobs for people is way more beneficial than having more police.
We asked the mayor's campaign manager for an interview, but we're told he wouldn't be speaking with the press. At his State of the City address just last month, the mayor had this to say about the protests.
When they tried to stop Cop City, we fought back and built the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center.
The Public Safety Training Center is set to open its doors sometime this spring. Reporting live at Atlanta City Hall, I'm Madeline Montgomery, Atlanta News First.
All right. So I think that's interesting because Cop City, the Atlanta Police Training Center, actually was the brainchild of the previous mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms. And it was pushed. Why? Because of the Summer of Love 2020. And Cop City came into fruition in 2021. She wasn't able to see it to fruition. So when Dickens came in 22, he kept pushing forward on it and started the actual process. And of course, we see right here that's about to be finished. But the funny thing is, these people here, the ones that are out there banging the pots, doing the sing song, we don't like you. The thing is, what they're asking for is what they wanted before, which was better trained police officers. Lots of argumentation was going on during the Summer of Love that, the cops aren't trained well enough. They need to be trained better. Well, they actually opened up an entire facility to train police better. And y'all are not happy. It's crazy. If you do any research on Cop City here in Atlanta, I mean, it's been firebombed, it's been vandalized, all kinds of havoc has gone on. It's taken better than 3 years to build. I'm going to go on a limb and say probably some of that is because of some of the shenanigans that have happened. It's been outright protests. I think people have been trying to barricade, keep the workers from working there. It has been bananas. But again, Atlanta does have a crime problem. And I understand mental health, sure. Getting jobs, absolutely. All that kind of stuff like that. But, sir, we need police here. We need well-trained, well-equipped police officers to do their jobs and keep crime down. That's it. That's it. Sure, all those other things, those could be window dressing, but the bare bones, the house of the structure has to be a good functioning police force. End of the day. Now, let's go ahead and keep our Mayor Monday rolling. We're going to go over here and check out Mayor Dickens' speech at his launch, rather, of his inaugural campaign. Let's go.
Without further ado, I would like to introduce my dad, the 61st Mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens.
Help me out with this rally today to introduce me. I love you, Bailey. Thank you so much. Yeah, Bailey was with me when I was a city council candidate. We were out there knocking on doors together. So to see this come full circle, I'm so honored. It's got to have my mom and my sister here tonight, and all of you here today as well. This is an exciting night, and so I'm really truly excited to be able to be here. This is the place that we were when we kicked off my campaign in 2021 to run for the mayor of Atlanta. So we're doing it again, right here. 4 years ago, we were here running for mayor to get this very same spot. And we did it right here. You guys have been with me along this journey. And so my journey started when I was 16 years old as a kid from Adamsville on the west side of Atlanta.
Shout out Adamsville.
At Mays High, the best high school in Atlanta, Georgia. And I wanted to be this man right here, Ambassador, then Mayor Andrew Young. He was the mayor at the time, and I was really looking up to him and wanted to be just like him. And I wanted to really love on the city that I lived in and the city that I love. And so that passion followed me to Georgia Tech, into different jobs, into my own business. And that passion pushed me to join the Atlanta City Council, and then it continued to go directly into my campaign to run to be the mayor of Atlanta. And so throughout my life, I've been counted out. Started out as a kid from Adamsville with only a 4% chance of making it out. That was then. And then going on to become a candidate for the Atlanta City Council, defeating an incumbent, which hadn't been done in an at-large seat in a very long time. And then, as a candidate for mayor, I was polling at 4% to get this thing started. That's a margin of 0. 4% is real close to 0, y'all. I was polling at 4%. But we made it. And I want to thank all of you that were with me from the beginning. From the beginning, and of course, when you're mayor, everybody was with you now that I've been mayor. Everybody told me I had 100% voters, 100% of the vote with 100% voter turnout. I haven't met a single person yet that told me they didn't vote for me. Everyone said they were with me in the beginning. And so I want to call out anyone that was there with me from the beginning. Where are my real OGs at? All these real OGs from the Andre for Atlanta campaign. These folks that were here from day one. When people said I was foolish for jumping in that race, when people said that it wasn't my turn, a lot of you real OGs was there with me from the very beginning. And while the experts might have counted me out, all of you had my back. And today, together, we have worked to win the elections, but we've also worked for the people of Atlanta. And I told y'all then, and I tell you now, that I love this city, and that our love ought to look like something. And love looks like working from can't see morning to can't see night. It looks like keeping my promises to the city and reaching our goals. It looks like working every day to put Atlanta on the right track. We built over 11,000 units of affordable housing. We've housed hundreds of homeless individuals in places like the Melody, the Bonaventure, as well as the Atlanta Motel. We kept seniors and legacy residents in their homes through our housing health center, and we made the city's largest investment in non-policing alternatives and opened the first ever Center for Diversion and Services. I promised you 10,000 streetlights to make our city safer. We've delivered 30,000 streetlights.
I will say this. Atlanta has done a good job about that. Now, if he would do something about the graffiti here, I would move into the city to vote for him. The graffiti is getting out of control in Atlanta. It's well past art, it's well past expression. It's now just outright disrespect for this beautiful city. And now I can see it at night because you got the streetlights.
We clap for streetlights. I love them too.
Nebraska.
Good to see you, Mayor Bill Campbell. We've hired over 14,000 young people and invested over $30 million in our youth. We filled over 30,000 potholes and paved some streets across the city of Atlanta.
Atlanta do have some bad streets.
Nearly 600 protected acres of green space in just 3 years. That's more than the previous 12 years combined. We've opened art centers, senior centers, e-sports labs, and even took us to the river by having a park on the Chattahoochee River where you can get in the water today. And so to make it real simple for you all, homicides are down and affordable housing is up. Youth crime is down, but graduation rates are up.
I don't know, Dickens. That one sounds like, be careful. Be careful with downs and ups. You got to, I might need to see those numbers, but I'll give you, I don't know, man. Because everybody's going to claim graduation rates. It doesn't matter. Churches will say, hey, we're responsible for it. Schools, of course, teachers, civic organizations, everybody's going to claim graduation rates. Now, those are good if they are up, but you got to be careful with that one now. Now, youth crime, maybe so. Let's see where you go, man. Let's see.
Pedestrian fatalities are down, but our city's credit rating is up. Those are some stats that you can take home with you when you leave here today. Homicides are down, affordable housing is up, youth crime is down, graduation rates are up, and pedestrian fatalities are down, and our credit score is up in the city of Atlanta.
Back to the graduation rate, I think we got to be very careful with that because at any given moment, somebody's going to come up with a stat and show, how many of these kids are graduating and actually getting jobs or graduating, able to go to college and be effective, so on and so forth. And that could come back and bite you real quick. And real hard in the backside. Mayor Dickens, I like that you at least as a part of your platform, a part of your shtick is that, hey, we're concerned about education, which I think is great. Be careful though. Just be careful, Mayor. I can see this coming back to bite you real bad. And I hope I don't have to say it on a debate stage or something like that. Because what I think will happen is if it comes back, he's going to disown it and disavow it and say, oh, that's Superintendent so-and-so's fault over there on Pryor Street. That's where Atlanta Public Schools is located. He'll probably blame it on them or over here at Northside Drive. That's where Fulton County Public Schools is. Paces Ferry. I'm going to blame it on them. So I don't know. I don't think that's a good look, though. I can see that one coming back.
And that's because of people like you, people like all of you, for coming together and joining this group project. Atlanta is on the rise, and experts are betting on us. They're looking to Atlanta as an example, as the template for success. So it's time for us to seize this moment. It's time for us to finish what we started. And that's why I'm running for a second term to be the mayor of Atlanta, baby. Yeah, we gotta get 4 more years in here, right? Of course, I'll never forget that a mayor's first job is to make sure that the trash is picked up, to ensure our water is clean, and that there's someone to answer our 911 calls. But I want Atlanta to know that we have bigger plans for our city. We're going to continue to make Atlanta the best place in the country to raise a child through affordable housing, food access, public safety, youth programs, and more. We have a goal.
All right, if you follow me, you know me. This is probably something I've talked about in my, out in the real world. I've noticed here in Atlanta, and I don't want to leave Mayor Dickens looking like that. Sorry about that, brother. I've noticed here in Atlanta, they're building a lot of townhouses, multifamily units, apartments, so on and so forth. And I noticed this also. There are no playgrounds. There are dog parks. There are no playgrounds. And it's pretty telling that I understand what you're saying, Mayor, but they're not building playgrounds. Now, they might have like large community playgrounds, like at a park or whatnot, but inside of these apartment complexes and these communities that they're building there's no playgrounds. And I mean, they're building humongous apartment buildings, humongous buildings and such like that, and they only have a dog park. So I don't know about that one too much. Again, like I said, I think he should just be careful. I like Mayor Dickens. I think he's doing the right thing. Of course, this will probably change next Tuesday, but I think he's doing the right thing here in Atlanta. Just be careful with some of these things you're taking pride in. Oh, let's bring him back in. Let's see. What you think, Mayor?
Of building or preserving 20,000 units of affordable housing by 2030. You'll see us bring affordable housing to downtown at 2 Peach Street, to the West End Mall redevelopment, to the Civic Center, to English Avenue, to Bowen Homes, to Thomasville Heights, and even to Midtown. All of those communities are going to get more affordable housing when we keep going in this mayor's race. We're transforming our infrastructure with $750 million approved by the voters. It will bring safer streets and more bike lanes and more sidewalks. We'll provide long overdue upgrades to our water infrastructure. We're deploying over $60 million to help our unhoused, our homeless individuals by building more rapid, affordable housing units. And we're going to build new grocery stores across our city to bring fresh, healthy groceries to communities that have been long left in food deserts, everybody. We'll continue to invest in small businesses and our technology ecosystem. And we'll keep investing in public safety to ensure that we continue to see less violent crime in Atlanta. And yes, we'll invest in transit, and that includes multiple modes like transit on the Atlanta Beltline. You can take that with you.
No, we do not want transit on the Beltline. If you're not familiar, I'm sure this is across the country. Old train tracks are being repurposed as like bike trails, and in Atlanta, there's something called the Silver Comet. It used to be called the Silver Comet, and it was a train track. Of course, the Silver Comet's gone, and they've repurposed it into the Atlanta Beltline, and it is a fantastic means of foot traffic transportation, scooters and bikes and running trails. It is fantastic. I have to admit, if they put transportation on, like motorized transportation on there, you might as well just make it another road, man. That's going to be, I don't agree with that. I think most people like that you can go between neighborhoods. You can go from all the way downtown Atlanta to you almost can go to Alabama on the thing. That's how long it is. It connects with other trails, of course, like the Beltline connects with the Silver Comet Trail, which is up here by my house, and that goes all the way out to Alabama. But I think putting motorized, and when I'm saying motorized, I'm not saying like e-bikes or scooters and that, but like motorized, you might really want to be careful about that, Mayor. I don't know about that one, man. You might have lost me.
And so you may be asking, why is it important for us to gather here tonight? It's been no secret that I'm all in for the ATL. And everyone already knew that I wanted to do this thing for 8 years. Everybody already knew that. And so without any opponents yet, is this all for show? Are we all here just for show? The answer is no. Because even when I ran in 2021 against 13 other candidates for mayor, the people, those opponents, were really not the true opponent. And whether we get an opponent or not, it will never be about another candidate. For me, our fight has always been the opponents of 100 years. Racism.
Oh,
violence,
gosh.
poverty, joblessness, homelessness, hopelessness. Those are our true opponents, not some candidate that may show up. Those have been our opponents. And that's the reason for this campaign. And it's the reason we need to build momentum for another 4 more years. We captured the energy and the excitement this first term, and we went to war against those opponents. We're on the right track, but the fight isn't over, everybody. And in our current political climate, the fight isn't getting any easier. Because those sitting in the highest seats in this country try to tell us to change who we are. They try to tell us to change what truly makes us great. They tell us to look the other way when they come up with their own truths. And they tell us to shut up and sit down when they abandon the people that they promised to serve. When they tell us that climate change isn't real, we'll show them wildfires on both coasts and 2 snowstorms in Atlanta. And when they tell us that government workers aren't busy, I'll show them the workers who salted our roads and kept us safe during those storms. I'll show them the watershed employees working through the night to keep our water on, and the firefighters and police officers risking their own lives to be able to save ours. When they tell us they're taking away some of our services and support for our most vulnerable people, we'll show them that when Atlanta comes together to protect us, all the most people in need, we are here to serve them. And when they tell us that diversity and inclusion are something to run away from, we'll show them that Atlanta's diversity is what makes us strongest, everybody.
It goes without saying that I disagree with this last little bit. Instead of making it about what you can do, and I'm not going to even give them any room on that. Instead of saying, hey, this is what we could do to be better, you're putting yourself against somebody, you're opposing somebody. This is basically conflict theory. It's us versus them instead of us versus the better version of ourselves. Our better version versus our lazy selves, our more active versus our less active. Instead of that, you got to pick somebody else over there to fight against. He was doing good until this second part. Hopefully it'll close out better.
Atlanta doesn't run from a fight. What we've built so far is a testament to what happens when the group project is working. We set the foundation for a truly bright future for this city. And this election, it's not just about another 4 years, it's about building the Atlanta that we've all dreamed of and showing the world what happens when Atlantans fight and serve together. Because all eyes are on the ATL. We've made people take notice. So let's show them how to build affordable housing, to eliminate food deserts, and to make Atlanta the best place to raise a child. Let's show them how to eliminate the root causes of crime and still support a police force. Let's show them how this city thrives when we open our arms and welcome people from all around the world. Let's show them how to support the neighborhoods that have been abandoned for generations. Let's show them that Atlanta influences everything. And see, this campaign already has the foundation right here. We've got a campaign office already ready to go. We got volunteers that are already working. Thank you to all the volunteers that's here. We've got t-shirts, we've got yard signs, we've got a campaign team, everybody. And I'll take a moment here to really thank our campaign chairs. It's an incredible group of leaders, and I'm very proud to have all of your support to our campaign chairs. You've seen these leaders, and you know what they're capable of. But we're going to take this campaign and our vision straight to Atlanta across the entire city. We'll do the work. We'll knock on the doors, and we'll make the phone call. We will talk to the voters in every district, in every neighborhood, and in every precinct. And I know our campaign chairs are all ready to work. Are y'all ready to work? Our campaign chairs are ready to work. Even Mayor Shirley Franklin, she's not here right now because she's out there knocking on doors. She ain't got time to be in no rally. She's out there knocking on doors. But we're gonna need all of you. We're gonna need every last one of you to really help us get this thing going. So I hope you're ready, Atlanta. Are you ready? I said, are you ready, Atlanta? We're gonna need all of you to get this thing going for the next 4 years. Are you ready to join the fight, ATL? I need to really hear you right now. Will you join me to fight against racism, poverty, and violence? Will you join me in fighting for affordable housing and safe streets? Will you join me in fighting for Atlanta's future? It's a new day in the ATL, and I'm so glad that all of you are here with me. God bless you, and God bless all of the ATL. Let's go, everybody.
All right. All right. You know, shout out to Mayor Dickens. It's the Democratic speaking points. And I hate because there's a Republican governor. So, and of course, Atlanta is the capital city of Georgia. So the governor's right down the street, around the corner from where they are. And I just feel like they're pitting themselves, instead of saying us versus our better selves, or our better selves versus our less better selves. It's us versus them. And it's always somebody. There's always somebody. Right. And the things that he's promising, affordable housing, food deserts, racism, to me, those are the lower hanging fruit items. Why are we not striving to increase, for example, get more businesses in here that will raise up the quality of living overall? Those are the things I just wonder sometimes I wish they would do, instead of just leaning heavy on the generic speaking points. Racism, food deserts, affordable housing. Got you. We've heard these before. And I'm not even saying they're not needful. I'm not even saying not do them. All I'm saying is, why not lean on, let's get more businesses in here. Let's make this place more attractive for more businesses. Like, what about our tech infrastructure so that more heavy hitters would want to come here? What about we have a film industry that's crazy here in Atlanta. Why not that? So anyway, it's just my thoughts. Well, let me know what you think about it down below. And also, if you have a mayor for the next Mayor Monday, why don't you comment down in the comments? Let me know what you think about it. Hey, Jason, here's a mayor that you might want to look at. And of course, we have some great mayors that we have already looked at. So I really look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for helping us hit our goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of April. I'm looking forward to celebrating with y'all. So until then, everybody, grace and peace.